all of us are here. Hello, everyone. Good
Hello,
evening, good
hello.
evening.
Hello.
Okay, I see you jump right in. Tell us where you're coming from. Is there any people from Toronto, from Canada? Any Canadians here? I'm sure we always have a lot of people represented from US, and there's hopefully we can see some people from Australia as well as UK. So happy to see you here. And by the way, happy Valentine's Day. Can you believe it? Valentine's Day, and we're here to share with you something that's very important for us. And I always say Valentine is not just about a love between two persons. I think it's a love for the world. And in TLS, we love helping people eat healthier and become healthier. So this is our love for you on Valentine's Day right here. Hello, hi Rodney from Toronto here. Hello, aloha, Chanja. So happy to see you. Is it called Chanda? I think it's Chanda. Hello from Hawaii. Then we have team last laugh. Hello in the house. Yay, yay, yay. So did you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day? Did you have any TLS, Dr. Nancy's chocolate cake? Or did you try Dr. Nancy chocolate lava cake? Any chocolate lover here? Oh, you like chocolate. Oh, I'm surprised. I usually think guys are not into chocolate. Maybe I'm wrong. I apologize for that.
You still not anymore.
Rodney said, I had cake, but not TLS. Okay, Rodney, it's okay. We're all about balancing. Love chocolate. Home of the chocolate lover. Okay, Syracuse. Hello. Okay, I'm looking at the time. It's 9 o'clock. I want to get started. So I click on recording. So let me share the screen right now from Michigan. Hi, Joe. Okay. Let me do slide right here. Hello. We are so happy. We're in week 4. I couldn't believe it. It's about a month, almost a month, 30 days, right? And now our team are really doing really well. Welcome to tonight's week 4 TLS Team Tone Up Challenge. As you can see, my amazing co-worker that I work along, I will call him the Batman and Robin. My Batman is not here today. And the reason for that is unfortunately her husband has a surgery and she needs to be with him in the hospital. So we do wish Melanie the best of luck, especially wishing her husband for a fast and safe recovery. So unfortunately she could not join us tonight. She really very much wants to join us, but I told her it's Valentine's Day. You need to be with your husband. So here we are. I am against 2 gentlemen. This is such an odd thing, right? Because in TLS we always had a lot of women representing. So I'm very lucky today. I am against 2 gentlemen. I have the company of 2 gentlemen. So for those of you who don't know who I am, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is San Hua. I'm a TLS Director of Training. I'm also a registered dietitian since 2003. I'm a certified diabetes educator since 2005. I do have a weekly radio show that I do for a Cantonese radio show. Used to be every Wednesday, now it's every Thursday, sharing about health and nutrition, something that I'm absolutely passionate about. I'm also a TLS certified trainer and absolutely love TLS and how it impacts life, because TLS is more than a weight loss. It's wholly a lifestyle and it can transform lives. So as we all begin, let's finish up the boring stuff, which is our disclaimer. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and always consult a healthcare practitioner or provider before starting any weight management product or exercise program. And also remember that individual following TLS weight loss solution as part of a healthy diet exercise program can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. And the person sharing their story can be a baby and independent distributor of Market America's product. Well, since we started the TLS Tone Up, look at the amount of team that came and continue consistently joining us. These are you guys. Let's do a shout out of all the team, right? There's a big long list right here. I would not be able to name them all, but you know who you are. We want to say welcome. We're so happy. We continue to have people rolling in and having their team right there, right? We have like Team Spencer here. Like we have FGG, although I don't know what FGG stands for. Fabulous and Fabulous, right? We have the Mass Achiever, Team Last Laugh. I know Team Last Laugh is right here, right? Then we have Personal Growth. We have the Slim Pickings. That's Melanie's group right here. 2022 for you. So we have so many different groups right here. Welcome, welcome. We're so happy that you're staying on track, that you're still doing strong and be doing strong. Let's take a look at our leaderboard this past week. Okay, since we started, a total of 1,172 pound loss. Just take a time to absorb that in about 4 weeks, which this week is the 4th week. 1,172 pounds. Just imagine, like, together, stronger together, totally it, right? 758 inches gone, like gone, right? And look at the leaderboard. Okay, let's do a great team shout out to team. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Is Lockani. Okay, Lockani or Lockani. If I pronounce it incorrectly, I apologize. We have Healthy Maniac, Castle Weight. We have Skinny Dipper. Okay, then we have Team Flap You Less, Babu Less. We have the Hudson Valley Hardcore. We have the Ohana, and we have the Journey to Lose. Congratulations, team. And the rest of team, you are still doing great. You're still on this leadership board. So congratulations. We want you to continue to go for it. And if this week is not your great week, it's okay. There's the next week. As long as you stay in the game, you will have a chance to win. Big win, small win. We want to celebrate all the different wins. As always, track your progress. You'll be quite surprised. 1 week, you might not see a lot of results, and suddenly next week, oh my goodness, look at all those results. So track your progress. So important. Always take your measurement before every single week, but don't measure every single day, especially women. I know for women who want to go into weight loss, I myself sometimes caught myself kind of weighing myself on the scale. Don't do that, because our weight fluctuates because of hormonal. It could be because what we ate. It could be because we did not have a big poop and we might be heavier. So don't use that to deter you. So don't weigh yourself every day. Weigh yourself once a week. And this is why it's so important to use Sunday as your weigh-in day, okay, for you. And we would continue to ask you submit by Sunday your team's result so that we can celebrate on Monday, which is today right here. So make sure you check in, because Melanie every Sunday will take all your results, put them together, and that's why you're seeing this amazing result that we're making changes as a team together. Oh my God, over 1,000 pounds in 4 weeks. That's crazy, isn't it? And if you didn't have a chance and you don't know, I really encourage you to make sure that you go to tlslim.com, or if you're from Canada, is www.ca.tlslim.com. If you're UK, is uk.tlslim.com. And you're from Australia, is www.au.tlslim.com, to make sure you do the profile, like do the assessment, the profile test, and from that, you get a copy of this free digital 12 weeks weight this health guide journal. And I want to repeat, this health guide used to cost us, like for us, even as TLS coach and journal and trainer, $25. And now it's absolutely free, because in TLS we believe in giving education, and we believe education is power. So make sure, if you didn't have a chance to download it, read it. It's such a wealth of information, and these are information that are very applicable and very easy to digest. It's like not long, boring pages. It's very easy to digest, and only a few pages long. Do make sure you download that, because our weekly content is based on this journal. So this week is week 4 for chapter 4, and for today we're talking about exercise and body composition. So we really do encourage you that before, like let's go next week, it's week 5, which is on dining out. Make sure you read that chapter before you come and join us on Monday, so that you can get more tidbits and really internalize more of the information, because you will learn so much more. And without further ado, I want to introduce my 2 handsome gentlemen that are joining us today. They're both powerful gentlemen. They are buff, they're strong, and then they're the best person that can talk to you about exercise and body composition. Mark was doing that. I should be doing that. Okay, they'll be talking about exercise and body composition. This is something that they're passionate about. So the first person I'm introducing is Sam Lin. I know Sam very well because Sam is also a TL certified trainer. So welcome, Sam. So Sam is also a certified nutritionist, Oh my goodness. This guy has, when you talk about accolade, let me read all his accolades. So TLS certified trainer, certified nutritionist, certified elite fitness trainer, certified exercise therapy specialist, certified fitness nutrition specialist, certified first aid, CRP and AED, and owner of MMA. So don't mess with him. In other words, and he's an also owner of a CrossFit gym. So I have an honor to actually train together with Sam when we do a TLS 101 and 2-1 training for our Mandarin I guess, TL's customer as well as coaches who want to become a certified coach. So Sam, I know you have your story because I think a lot of people often think trainers are fit. They must not have a story. And you can see Sam before and after. So Sam, can you share what happened then and what makes you decide to change like completely? Look at your before and after, and I think people can totally see a big transformation right there. So Sam, please share your story.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sam, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. My name is Sam. As you can see on the picture, I wasn't not fit all the time, and then I started teaching martial arts since when I was 18, and so I was always not fit back then. But until I graduated from college, and I find a job at to work for Time on the Cable for 5 years. So those 5 years, I worked 14, 16 hours a day. So I was totally out straight, and I was weighed 180 pounds. So 10 years ago, I started with TLS. This picture that you saw on the left, that is not the heaviest that I got. This one was 165. So I started with TLS 3 months from 180 dropped to 100. 3 months dropped to 165. The picture that you see on the left, and then told me another 3 months to become the picture on the right. So total, it told me 6 months. And since TLS and fitness and nutrition is always been my passion, so I decided to become TLS trainer. So in order to become TLS trainer, I want to make sure that I basically I look like TLS trainer. So that's why it took me 6 months to transform myself, and I love TLS. Nowadays, diet and nutrition become so complicated, and the reason why, because so many marketing and for different products and programs, so a lot of people got confused. TLS is really the solution. It's not a short-term fix, but a lifestyle. So we educate people how to eat, not what to eat. So I'm glad that become a TLS trainer, and I'm looking forward to have more people to become TLS coach and become TLS trainer. And if I want to carry on Dennis Fan's mission to work together with all the coach and trainer to make TLS become household brand.
Yeah, and I totally agree, because I think a lot of people, I think TLS, this brand needs to be out there because we're changing life, but we're not the one that have those short-term gain. Like, we want people to have long-term. I think that makes us very different, because we never promote to be like, this is it, 30 days, you're done. We all talk about lifestyle, because I always say, how many people want to work so hard to get their health back, or to lose the fat or lose the weight and have it gain it all back? I don't know anybody wants that. And TLS is exactly, and we always say in TLS, this will be the last program you ever need, because you will maintain that result. And that's what we want for you. So thank you for sharing your story. I know you're absolutely passionate about TLS and about fitness and all, because when I do training with Sam, when it comes to talk about fitness, it was supposed to be a very small section, like maybe like 15 minutes. Sam can go to 45 minutes and still talking.
And I can't stop.
This guy loved talking about it. And I was like, okay, let him talk, because a lot of people will benefit from his knowledge. So I'm so honored for you to be joining us tonight. And with that, we have another gentleman. Let me click on my next slide. So we have another gentleman. Oh my God, another lot of accolade. Okay. Former U.S. Army soldier for 10 years, has a Bachelor of Psychology, is certified personal trainer, Army Combat Fitness Test grader, Army Body Composition Program grader. Oh my God, he grade you on your body composition. You have to be better watching on that. A certified TLS certified coach that recently joined. I think joined us. Is that since last year, Mark? It was since last year, right?
It's 2020, 2021. Yep.
Oh yeah, since last year, that's right. And he's also a nutrimetric consultant. And I know, like, given your background, you should be very fit, right? And how is TLS helping you? So let's take a look at Mark's transformation, right? And I know Mark did the 30-day jumpstart. So Mark, can you share why did you choose to do 30 days? How did the 30 days impact you? And what did you do after that 30-day jumpstart program?
Yes, absolutely. And first of all, it's a blessing to be here. Thanks, Suzanne. And it's a blessing to be here with you too, Sam, and all the good people, all the good warriors out there of the TLS family. When I first started this, kind of like Suzanne said, just getting into something right away with all the different things that's out there. I wanted to experiment with the 30-day jumpstart first myself. And basically for me, I've been underweight before and in high school. And then I went through the phase of building muscle. And if you remember 2020, we all had our goals and then boom, COVID hit. And so one of my goals was to put on 15 pounds. And if you see in the left photo on the left there, it wasn't quite how, specifically I wanted to put on in muscle, but I did achieve the goal. And so that led me to experiment with the 30 day. I said, let me try it, see how it works and if this is something that is a good fit. And so for me, I feel like it's a good start if you're not sure about the lifestyle. And it's a good start. It was a good start for me to really build up into what TLS is all about, build up the habits, the foundation. And if you look at the photo in the middle here, so that's the end result of the 30 days. And that was just enough time for me to really experience it, basically get back on track, because I had fallen off track in the COVID time and, just needed to get back, build that muscle up. And then this photo here, I believe this was September of 2021, September, November, that time frame. And so even though that was the starting point, it was basically the starting point to gear me towards the lifestyle that I felt was the best fit in the long run. And so that is my experience with the 30 day. Love it. And now I love that TLS, I'm able to, just like Sam mentioned, fitness has been my lifestyle and it's been something that I've grown up with. And TLS basically allows me to help guide people through that transition that I went through.
Okay, thanks for sharing your story. But I think what I really want to also share is what's really great is I'm sure that when when Mark started, he started with 30 days and now he transitioned to another menu plan. And this is what makes TLS really great is that we have so many menu plan, and depending on your goal, you can transition from one menu plan to another menu plan. So it's so versatile, but at the same time, it is for everyone. And I know that when I train with Sam is always saying on weekdays, he might be doing a rapid result. Then on weekend, he's doing a sure and steady. And that's just so great about it. That's me too. Like on weekdays, I'm mostly like rapid result. Then on weekend, especially, this is a Valentine's weekend, right? It is a sure and steady. It could be a continued commitment. It's okay. Then Monday, we're back to rapid result. And this is why it's so great. That's why in TLS, what you notice is people lose the weight and they maintain it. Okay. And because of the different program that you can go back. And so you're not falling off track completely. You just change, because our lifestyle, we cannot bond at exactly same time all the time because we have social event, we have celebration, and TLS can fit in with all that together. I think with these two gentlemen, you can see how it works. Although that they're very into fitness, how TLS from a dietary changes, how they impact them. And for that, I'm going to continue on today's juicy topic, the very important topic, talking about muscle. So let me click the next slide. This is something in TLS that we talk about all the time. So Sam, let's kind of lead us up by talking about muscle. Why muscle so important?
Yeah, so we all know that muscle is energy, energy is life. And when we put more muscle mass on, we're going to not only feel more energetic, but also it helps us burn more fat.
Yeah. So you can see from this picture that Sam, I think this picture, if you were here last week, we shared this picture, and I was joking about to the people, think about filet mignon versus ribeye. I would say. But the truth is, these two persons actually weigh the same. And how often do you see a person actually weigh the same with you, but they don't fit the clothes very differently? It's because the proportion of fat to muscle, as you can see on your left picture, which is the, if we were to look at it, this is actually a cross sectional of a person's body. It's a thigh basically. So we can see it's the fat and the muscle right there. The white is the fat and the muscle, so it's much more dense. So it is weighing heavier, but you can see it's much more toned. That's why exercise and muscle is so important. On the right, you can see there's more fat, there's less muscle. So it could be weighing the same as the person on the left in this case, but the shape and the frame is very different. So working as a dietitian, I know that I always get so shocked when I have people coming in and they weigh exactly the same, but they look completely different. And I think this picture really shows the importance of body composition. And this is what TL is about. We want you to lose fat, but we want you to maintain muscle mass. In fact, even better, increase your muscle mass. And for that, Sam, can you lead us off by talking about measuring body fat and why is that so important?
Yes, here showing us like different age and different body percentage. And if you look at the green is normal body fat percentage, and the red, which is high body fat percentage, and we want to be green. If you look at our age, so the green basically is much more healthier, and for when we basically achieve the like when we get to red body fat, that means we might going to have a higher risk of like cardiovascular health. And also for men and women who want to like show their like to get again like 4-pack, 6-pack, or 8-pack, especially for female, you want to be lower like 24%. And for men, if you want to show your abs, like you gotta like be lower 18%. So that's a different percentage like if you want to like see the abs. But of course, we want to focus on the green percentage in order to be healthy.
And one more thing that I want to share is talking about that muscle dictates your metabolism. So this is why I think I want to say as a woman, I remember when I was growing up, I used to only do cardio because in my mind, I do cardio. I'm not going to do like strength training because I don't want to be muscular, right? Like women want to have shape, right? Nice shape, not the muscular shape. So I refuse to do any strength training until I understand the importance of muscle dictate metabolism. And I tell myself when I age, I want to maintain my metabolism. And the answer is I need to maintain muscle mass. In fact, I need to increase my muscle mass. So now my exercise amount, the majority, I would say almost 80% of the exercise that I do is more towards strength training. And I can see a huge difference when strength training. A lot of my friends at certain age, they notice that they gain weight faster. And I think because of strength training, I don't notice that I gain weight faster. I think that was where what we say muscle dictate metabolism. And a lot of people are known as skinny fat or what they call normal weight obesity. Like how many people you kind of look at them, they're not big. But when you actually measure their body fat, they're actually very high, right? So you have to be careful. Just because you don't look big does not mean your muscle versus your fat, that you might be having a lot of fat and you are not better off than another person who is overweight and have the same amount of fat percentage. So in the end, it is so important for you to have a scale that measures your body fat, because what you want to look for is body fat percentage coming down, but muscle mass at least maintain, if not increase, to first of all, to not only affect, to dictate your metabolism, but also to reduce the risk of this metabolic syndrome, and which can increase its risk for so many conditions and diseases that we don't want, right? So this is very important. This is what we emphasize in TLS, in our body composition area, basically. And for that, but I know it's not just about muscle. It's not just the body fat. It's how you feel. There's other things that we cannot measure. But these are the intangible. And this is something that Mark felt so passionate about. So Mark, can you share a little bit more of what we call the non-scale victory?
Yes, the non-scale victories. You said it right. There's things that are non-tangibles, but they're super essential. Improved energy, just being able to go through the day and have more energy to do the tasks that we love to do. Better sleep. One thing I notice is when I get up early and I go to the gym and I'm running, then I sleep deeper at the end of the night versus when I miss the gym for a whole week off. The clothing, how our clothing fits and how it looks sometimes is a good measurement. We have the scale, we have the body fat measurement, but the clothes fitting different is also a good, accurate representation of when we're going through changes, when the scale fails us. And most importantly, and the one that I love, is blood work. So every single year, especially on my birthday, I check in with my doctor and I do the blood work, everything from all the vitamins to testosterone, all the different levels. And, I like to see what the levels are at. And my doctor is pretty amazed. She's like, oh, wow, great. Good job. And those are the things that really matter, because when our vitals are well, then our body is functioning well. And sometimes that's the thing that gets missed when we're thinking about the physical appearance. Improved skin, the hair, the nails, the teeth, all of those. And ultimately the body composition and the body fat percentage, losing inches. Okay. And then mobility. So mobility is going to allow us to be able to move better through our movements and strength training, and be able to build more muscle and to do more. So more exercise, not be winded. And when we're walking up the stairs, carrying those groceries, that we're able to get all the way up the stairs to the house.
Yeah, without the huffing and puffing, right? You know how you carry and huffing, puffing. Sometimes I know I kind of joke around. Sometimes I will go to the supermarket and purposely carry a little bit more just to see how much more I can do without huffing and puffing. Then I know I'm getting stronger. So this is another way of testing it. And if I can carry all those bags back into my house and walking those steps to stairs, I was like, that's a big win for me. Okay, let's talk about benefits of exercise and fitness. I think there are so many benefits, so I'm going to list them, have them right there. And Mark, can you share us more, so that it's more than just losing weight? There's so many other benefits.
Definitely. There's a lot of them, and I want to point out a few that stick out to me. Definitely reducing stress. So, how many people go to the gym, or maybe after a good cardio exercise, you feel like it's a natural stress reliever, or a lot of people use going to the gym as a way to really manage stress. So that's one of the biggest reasons that myself and a lot of people I know go for exercise. Boosting metabolism. So as we mentioned earlier, Sam mentioned, muscle dictates metabolism, and metabolism means that we're going to be boosted. Metabolism means that we're going to be burning more at rest while we're on this conversation here. And protecting. So our body our muscle is doing a really good job of protecting our bones and our organs. And along with that, you think about posture. We're sitting here at the desk right now. We sit in the office all day long. We're on the computer, hunched over on our iPhones. And some of those things kind of change the way our posture is over time. And so the muscle, in training it properly and developing it right, is going to be putting our body in the right posture, in the right alignment. So as we get older, we're not getting shorter and hunched over. So that's one of my favorite, is the posture effect of training.
Yeah. And for me, I know that for me in the morning, if I don't do my exercise, what difference, not only affecting my mood, but my energy level. So I always call my exercise, like, how people need to have that caffeine to boost their energy. Mine was that exercise to boost my energy. It makes such a huge difference to me. And I think that's why I was willing to work out every day. I was almost like, people wanted that caffeine. I wanted that exercise for energy. So whatever is the reason that encourage you to keep yourself active every day, there's so many reasons. Choose one and have that as a reason for you to be consistent, and that is key to health. And I know there's different type of exercise. So I guess, Sam, why don't you lead by talking about cardiovascular? What is cardiovascular, and why are they beneficial?
Okay, so there's a couple different type of exercise, and cardiovascular, of course, is important for heart health. So all the different cardio exercise, such as running, walking, dancing, elliptical, swimming. So I know that not everyone like cardio exercise, and this I don't. I hate cardio, but it is important that we make sure that we don't skip cardio. It's for heart health, and also will increase mitochondrial level. So for people that don't like cardio like me, you can pick any kind of cardio exercise that you can start with. For me, I choose muscle as a cardio. So you're going the most important. You want to pick and choose something that you interested, something that you can consistent doing it. Right, this is the most important.
Okay. How about strength training, Mark?
Right, strength training, my favorite, my favorite. So strength training and resistance, there's many different options to perform strength training, and basically it's to build and maintain muscle. And which one you use is going to be totally dependent upon what your goals are, what you have available to you. And me personally, even though I really love to train myself with the weights in the gym, I find that the one that I train soldiers and people that I work with the most is body weight. And part of that is based on, the Army will do basic training. So we start with body weight, but body weight is also the least costly because you can do it with just your body. You can do it in any environment. And so the important thing that I guess I'm saying about this is where you're at is your starting point is based on where you're at and what you have available. Some people may be able to do body weight, and some people may need the exercise machines as a starting point to develop the right posture and have the right form and technique down before moving to the free weights. And none of these are right or wrong. It's just based on what you're able to do, what you're capable and have access to. But they're all necessary to build lean muscle mass. And at different stages in life, we may use different ones, or as well as mixture and combination of a couple different types.
Actually, speaking which, I think some of the audience might have the question is like in terms of cardio, how much, like how many times should we do it? Like what's the average kind of duration should we do it? And strength training, how long should we do it? How often should we work upper body then lower body? Like there's this kind of rule. So I would love to hear, Sam, can you talk about cardio? Like if someone were to do it in a week, how often would that be? Like what's the starting point? Like what do you recommend?
Yes, for the cardio, I will suggest at least 3 to 5 times a week, and each time minimum 20 minutes for cardio, right? And then if you do that for a full week, I guarantee you're going to feel like different like 4 weeks later. You're going to because your mitochondrial level will be increased, so you're going to feel like more energetic. So that's why it's very important to do cardio. And for those of you, if you want to like burn more fat, and if you do resistance and cardio together, make sure that you do cardio after your resistance training, not before resistance training.
Okay. And okay, so in terms of strength training, so Sam is saying that 3 to 5 times, at least 3 to 5 times for cardio. How about strength training? Is that the same amount of time?
Yeah, that depends everyone's fitness goal. Mark, you want to go over this?
Yeah, different levels. A good starting point is 3 to 4 days per week. And again, like I said, this is based on levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced. But a beginning point, 3 to 4 days, about 30, 45 minutes for resistance training. There are some important things to think about though. Recovery. So we want to have rest days when we're resistance training and give the muscle that time to recover, because most of the muscle development and growing happens in the recovery phase. And as Sam mentioned, if when you're building muscle, you want to prioritize the strength training first and then the cardio afterwards. Conserve that energy. But yeah, 3 to 4 days, 30 to 45 minutes per session. It doesn't have to be super long, like an hour, hour and a half, and 2 hours, but it just has to be effective and consistent.
Okay, great. For me, I said before, I do more strength training right now, and I always wondered, do I need to take a break? But I do notice when I don't, the next time when I did my workout, I noticed that I don't have as much strength because I haven't fully recovered, and I actually compromise on form, which can be dangerous in terms of increasing injury. So these are things that I noticed for myself, and I'm sure both Mark and Sam agree with that it's important to do the right form to prevent injuries, because that's huge, right?
Yep.
Someone said, can you do weights every day or give yourself a break? I would definitely give a break, because Suzanne just mentioned, you do something so much and never have the break, you never give the muscle time to grow, and then injuries when you don't recover properly.
Yeah, I suggest if you do resistance training, you want to give your muscle at least like 24-hour rest for the muscle that you train on.
24 hours. So guys, 24 hours. I remember that too. And flexibility, I think for two gentlemen, it's flexibility, exercise important. So Sam, can you share a bit more about flexibility?
Yes, flexibility such as yoga and stretching. And for me, I never done yoga, but I do stretching every day. So it's important to do. For me, I suggest do stretching and before and after exercise. If you, especially if you, if you do any kind of resistance training, do 5 to 10 minute cardio to warm up your body first, and then you're going to do a little bit stretch to stretch the muscle that you're going to work on, right, to prevent the injury. And I will do stretching again after. So that's why it is important. So never skip stretching, right? So do it every time when you do resistance training. If you do only cardio, then it's fine. You might not need to stretch every time, but if you do resistance training, yes, you have to do it every time. Yeah.
Okay, no, thanks for sharing that, because a lot of people maybe run out of time and they think, okay, I don't need to stretch, I can go straight, and that again may increase the risk of injuries. For me, I like to do yoga. I think a lot of females do like to do yoga. I like it because I really can see a difference in my flexibility, and I find that especially like when my kids were younger, doing the yoga really helped, because the twisting and the whole thing makes such a huge difference to again prevent, how when you carry kids sometimes you don't watch or you can easily injure yourself. So I'm a big fan of yoga, and I find yoga was very helpful, not from a flexibility but helping me to reduce my stress because of the breathing, and I feel like that was my zoning out for me to really focus on myself. And I think that's a form of self-love and self-care, and I love that. So I would love to hear from you, like how many of you are like, now we have 3 different type of exercise. I would love to hear which is your favorite form. I mean, all 3 are very important. All 3 should be part of our daily routine. But like Sam and Mark are both like resistant exercise. I used to be cardio. Now I'm more towards resistant, but I definitely add the yoga component. So we would love to hear from you. What's your favorite exercise and what do you do most often? And we know the importance of exercise, right? It's same as we know the importance of eating healthy. But why don't we exercise? I mean, we know that, right? You don't need to see a doctor to know you need exercise. You don't need to see a doctor to know movement is so important as part of health. So, Mark, can you kind of share why people don't exercise?
Yeah, there's lots of reasons, and I like this part. But there's a couple that really stand out to me, and they're very common. One of them is not sure, so needing guidance. And if it's your first time in the gym or you didn't grow up with that, you didn't have that sports in high school and the coach, building you up with the basic movement patterns, then it's a new thing. Just like, the lifestyle here is a new thing. And so you want to ease into it, see a trainer, take a class and learn how to use the equipment. And so sometimes that's part of it, is just not sure what to do. And the weights can be intimidating. Especially for a lot of ladies that, they go to the gym, the guys are throwing weights around and huffing and puffing, the environment. And so that's one reason. The next is self-conscious. The journey of losing weight can be, a personal thing. And there's the fear of judgment, the body image, and intimidated by others, the more experienced people in the gym. And so there's that part of it, right? The environment. And the one that I hear the most, though, in my experience, is don't enjoy it. And I think the way that I've learned to, and I love this one, is help people break through that, is we have to connect it to the thing we love. So if you think back to high school, you're in math class or science, and the teacher says do this, but you don't really get how it applies to life. So you're like, oh, this is boring. Sometimes the same thing with exercise. We're like, oh, it's another job. I have to go and then, hurt myself and put myself in pain, and it's mundane until we connect it to the thing we love. For example, if you love to dance, or if you love to ski, or if you love to snowboard, we find the movements in the gym that relate to that thing you love to do, and then we can connect it to it. And then you can see in your own perspective, this is why I'm going to the gym, because I want to play with my kids more. I want to go dancing salsa, or I want to ski. I want to be able to ski. And so that a lot of times is the missing link, is connecting it to what we enjoy the most.
And I think a lot of people actually feel they don't have time. I think they really think, I think the like, at least I know for myself, when I had kids, I was saying to myself, because prior to kids, I did go to exercise very consistently, but once I have kids, I stopped going to exercise. But unfortunately, I use my kids as an excuse for not going until obviously being in my role as a dietitian, I know the importance of movement. As I had to get back, I have to get back. And I find myself how to get myself get back was start to build a habit. And it start out by literally, I make myself a habit where I have no excuse not doing it. And I literally say, I tell myself, so Sam, you just have to do 5 minutes. I know it's silly, 5 minutes does nothing, but that 5 minutes was getting me to change all my gym clothes and get into my room, like the workout room that I created for me to start working out. But obviously, once I started, I don't stop at 5 minutes. But for me to say 5 minutes, I have no excuse not to do it because it's only 5 minutes. I can do at least 5 push-ups in those 5 minutes, right? So I started with that, and boy, that one change that I said 5 minutes has led me from pre-COVID till now that I've been doing it every single day. I mean, I might skip Sunday every now and then, but it's been very consistent and start with that. So don't make your don't have time as an excuse. Ask yourself how to creatively add it in and make it as a no excuse. Like I said before, 5 minutes was me telling myself you can save 5 minutes and see how it goes. And I'm really sure that once you start to get a hang of it, it's like brushing your teeth. You will do it and you don't even think about it. It's part of your lifestyle. That's my experience. But both of you are into working out, so obviously you guys know the importance. And obviously, last but not least, is a lot of people don't know the importance or have an active job thinking that's enough. I do have clients, I remember that, I'm not sure, do you have clients? I have clients who are a construction worker. And construction worker is very hardcore thing. And they was like, my job is very active already. But do you agree that a person who's a construction worker does not need to work out?
I mean, I think everybody, and I'll let Sam go too. I mean, I personally have pulled something in my back carrying groceries. As much as I deadlift a lot of weight, and you wouldn't imagine, oh, he sprained his back lifting groceries from the bottom shelf. But sometimes in the job that we do, we're not training the movement in the gym in the proper form, and so we go to do the simple thing, and that's where we go get injured, because now we're not, bending over in the grocery store in the correct form, and so that's where we're most likely to get the injury. But Sam, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I have construction worker friends too, and they fat. I mean, just like you say, I mean, they not only they're not doing the proper form as what we do in the gym, but also they're not doing enough repetition. I mean, to be fit. So that's why, I mean, everybody, it doesn't matter. I mean, what we do. So I mean, fitness, exercise is the key. We have to do it.
Yeah. And for that, we want to provide some tips to fit in fitness. So Sam, can you provide some tips to how to fit in that fitness?
Yeah, some tip. No matter if you are the beginner or you are advanced level, definitely pre-plan is very important. I pre-plan. This is my daily schedule, so I know my schedule like I mean 1 week earlier. So I basically pre-plan schedule everything in my calendar so I can follow. So let's say sometimes I know that everyone we have a busy schedule. Same to me, I have like 2 kids, I have parents to take care. I have a traditional business, and also I have Market America. So my schedule is really full every day. So it doesn't matter how my schedule look. I never skip the training. So sometimes I might wake up early. I mean, 20 minutes early, or I might sleep late. So it depends on my schedule, but I always fit in at least like 20 minutes to 1 hour training. If I have no time, then I do at least like 20 minutes. So for those of you, if you are a beginner and you don't have any you don't have a plan to I mean how to exercise, I will suggest you can go to YouTube, type in Tabata or HIIT training. Tabata is great for beginner. It's only 5 minutes. And 8 movement. The most important is total body workout. So you don't just focus on one exercise. You focus on total body. So start from 5 minutes and then gradually increase to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes until you feel more comfortable. Then you go to I mean longer time. But I don't exercise more than 1 hour. So I keep it within that 1 hour. I mean, if you exercise too long, you actually are burning muscle too, not actually getting muscle. So, and if you are also the beginner, and I will suggest you to pair up with a partner. I mean, not everyone are motivated to exercise alone. So it's good to like find someone that they want to feel good and look good like you. right? And to work out together. And I will strongly suggest if you really want to to get the result that you want and to learn how to exercise, hire a personal trainer is important, because I see so many people, they do, especially when you do resistance training, if you're not doing on the proper form, you're going to injure yourself very easily. Sometimes the injury, it might take like 2 weeks or like a couple months to heal. So you once you get injury, trust me, you might lose the momentum, right, to work out again, right? And also, if you're not motivated enough, then join a gym is a good choice. So the environment sometimes will push you to do more. Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of affirmation. I say it. And funny thing is, when I was a kid, I never thought these were affirmation. I just say it to myself. Like sometimes when I have encountered something and I was like, oh, that's tough. And I would say, Suzanne, you can do it. You can focus. When you focus your mind, you can do it. Like, I would say that to myself. Now I realize this is actually positive affirmation. So apparently I know something as a kid and actually been very useful. So I am a big fan of it, because I really think that gives you a boost of confidence and kind of to say, hey, yeah, like we can have those tough days where we just don't feel like it, but that positive affirmation said, feel like, yes, we can do it. And these are some of the examples. You can say fitness is for my future. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. That's actually one of my favorite, because every time when I have a challenge, I would say, what, like, always think of what that challenge do for you instead of to you, because that switch of mindset is so important. And I like to say I'm lean, fit, and strong. I always say that if I look the same as I am right now, 20 years later, I'm doing good, really good. And that's exactly what I want. So give yourself any information, even a high five, like high five, you can do it, or high five, like Sarah, you can do it, or high five myself, like Suzanne, you can do it. That give you that boost. And sometimes we just need that boost for us to take that first step, and that first step leads to the second step, and so forth. And for that, I want to share that in tailslim.com, we do have resources on exercise. So if you go to tailslim.com, under resources, you see fitness, and under fitness, you can actually download one of our guide, which is the 30-day jumpstart exercise guide. And just know that this exercise guide is for everyone. Although it's a 30-day jumpstart exercise guide, does not mean it's only for 30 days. If you're doing the other program, whether it's rapid result or sure and steady, or even continued commitment, use this exercise guide as a starting point, right? And as Sam said, you can either start with YouTube, or if you are, I always say that if you have a history where you tend to injure yourself, or you have a lot of injuries history, it's always best to work with a personal trainer that knows, that are expert in this area, so that they can guide you to the safe exercise for you. I have 2 car accidents in the past, and I respected the importance of doing it right to prevent more injuries, because I thought when I had my car accident, I said, oh, you know what, I'm young, I'm in my 20s. Like, as soon as I feel better, I went back and I pushed myself, and I got back, I injure again. That constant injury really hold back my momentum. But the most important thing, it really makes me realize how important it is to not just exercise, but do it correctly. So joining a gym, working out with a buddy, I'm very fortunate that I have friends who are actually personal trainers. So sometimes we work out together, and they will be telling me, oh, like, especially one of the things that I always thought I did right was deadlift. And first time when I did deadlift, and my friend looked at me and was like, no, that's not a deadlift. That's when I realized I've been doing it wrong. I said, deadlift is so easy. He said, yeah, the way you do it is easy because you will injure yourself. So you never know. So it's so nice. Like, if you really have, I mean, I happen to have friends or a personal trainer, which is great. Pre-COVID, we used to go to gym, and they would like teach me some of the movement and what I need to focus on. But for those of you, I think this is an investment that is worth your time. Yes, although there's a lot of resource in the YouTube which help, but you know yourself best, and always consult your doctor, any health practitioner before starting an exercise, especially you have history of injuries like myself, and start slow. But the key is a daily practice is better than once a while practice that leads to your injuries. And for that, we want to say thank you for being such a great audience. We are so thankful for you to join us today on Valentine's Day. I know you're joining us, right? So I'm looking at the time. It's about 9:47. I wanted to see quickly if there was any question. That we weight training, some cardio. We have yoga, Pilates are my favorite here. I did like Pilates until I fractured my toe. See, I have a lot of injuries. I do cardio, but not my favorite. Oh, so yeah, okay, Rodney, I know you're not a cardio person. CrossFit, cardio, okay. It's funny. I noticed that for women, it tend to be yoga. For men, it's like resistance training. Why is that so? Swimming, walking, and cross training. Okay. So anyway, see, you see here, like I'm not sure, Mark and Sam, do you see when I ask people to share what's their favorite, yoga tend to be women and men to be resistant training. Anyways, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night and hope you find this information helpful. If you have your partners or your teammate who's not able to join us tonight, make sure that they can tune in from our TLS weight loss solution page on Facebook and check out the video, because as always, every week we always have special guests and you can always pick up something and learn from it. Thank you very much. Have a great evening and we'll see you next Monday. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.